Here's an enterprising idea for you, and this video goes out to the egos in all of you. This is doing the unthinkable, the marriage between the higher self and the ego. What you have in this present moment is a golden opportunity, which, as the word suggests, because etymology is such a wonder, and I do wonder about it often. Enterprise. Well, what are we entering? What is the prize? It could be a surprise as well. It could be a good surprise. I'm inviting you, with your ego, to step into this enterprise and boldly go where no man has gone before. How does it sound to the ego? Just ask yourself this question. What would it be like to gain a form of immortality within this reality, but not having to suffer the manipulation of things you may have said or done, and the actions and what comes after it, and becoming the stuff of legends? So you would gain a kind of immortality in this reality. But if you think about a lot of these mythological heroes, these men of great renown, and I use that word in that way deliberately rather than saying renown, because it is about remembering. Imagine in 50, 60 years' time, you become a household name through something you said or something you've done. I'm watching this unfold through such as YouTube. There are many channels I can think of where the content creator of that channel is potentially a mythological famous name for the future. Imagine if you were one of those. How does that feel to the ego? How does that appeal to the ego? Because I can take you there, but I could also take you out the equation so you don't have to suffer the negativity of it. Because if you consider, with a lot of these famous names, for hundreds of years they can be forgotten and they can be misquoted and misinterpreted. But then things can change and they become fashionable. But of course, as time passes, the further and further you go back, those names become just that, names. It tells you nothing about the person, but it does ensure a kind of immortality within this material reality. But we don't have to stay here and be subjected to the persecutions. We can experience the good times, and we can take the good times with us where we go from here. To do that requires a map. You need to find out where you're at in the present moment, because everything beyond now is all in potential. So there is a potential for you to become a famous name. How does that sound to the ego? If that is something that appeals to you, if you ask yourself honestly, and you can get your ego on side with this, because it is not about killing the ego, it is about bringing it on side. The universe is U-Inverse. Just consider what you can tap into if you have an entire universe inside yourself, what you can unlock from within inside yourself, how you can use that as a beneficial force of good that will not only help you and ensure yourself a place in history, but it will be a huge benefit to you, a huge empowerment that is waiting there to be unlocked. It is sitting there in the potential. I can help you take you there. I can help you find that. The place to start is to have a one-to-one tarot card reading to see where you're at. From there, you can now start going on that path that is going to take you to where you wish to go. And that can include that immortal status in this material realm. So if that appeals, do come this way. Step on into the enterprise, and you can boldly go where no man has ever gone before. With that, I'm going to say unconditional love to you all.